Okay. All right. Divine Beloved, we are grateful for this sacred appointment. We affirm that you have cleared the path and paved the way for the loved ones to come through. We affirm joy. We affirm healing. We affirm clear communication. And we affirm what may not make sense in the moment does make sense. And we affirm that I am a clear conduit to share these messages. And we call upon Archangel Raphael for any healing that needs to occur. We call upon Archangel Gabriel so that the messages can be clear. We call upon Archangel Michael for truth and protection. And we call upon Archangel Azrael, who is the escort of souls between the planes of heaven and earth, to serve as escort for the loved ones. And we wish and we affirm the highest and the best, and we are grateful. And so it is. Amen and amen. And Rick, if you want to go on to my Facebook page and text some of the people that we know bought tickets, the Spicer family and stuff like that, and remind them that that the 2:00 is Eastern time, if you can do that. Thank you. All right. So he's already taking care of that. All right. So, all right. So just give me a minute. I'm going to close my eyes, tune in, and take a big drink of water. So I do drink on the job. Okay. All right. So the first thing is that, and so this may go with everybody at the moment, but I've got a mom coming through, and okay, so in it, she's highlighting her chest as if she passed from a chest issue. Now, this could be breast cancer, this could be heart attack, this could be lungs, but to me, there was a issue around her chest. And she's also giving me the letter O. And so I don't know if the letter O is like, I don't even know how many Olivia or Otis, and this could be living or past, or if it's the month of October. Who's got this? Where does this make sense for somebody? Tanya, does it make sense to you? Teresa? Unmute, Teresa.
My mother died of a heart attack but I think it was August. But her name
Okay,
is
yeah, but she's, so just go with it for just a moment. She's giving me the letter O. Is there, I don't know. Does O mean anything? Like and this doesn't have to be to her. It could be somebody else's birthdays in October. It could be there's an anniversary in October. It could be a death or a passing in October. It could be somebody's name I'm trying to think of O names: Olivia, Octavia, Otis,
Oprah. It's
Oprah.
not ringing a bell.
Okay. Siblings October, nieces, grandchildren, this is really
blank.
okay. Well, let me just keep going. And so who else has got mom? All right, Denise, go ahead and take, yeah.
My mother also passed with a heart condition, AFib, and her last name was Owens.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. But everybody that's got a mom pass, pay attention. In Autumn, what did you have?
My mom passed with lung cancer, and her son that had passed previous was born in October, and the love of her life was born in October.
Okay. All right. So this is where again we get stuff that's shared. And so I'm just going to tell you guys to listen. All right. And so Denise, I'm going to kind of talk to you first. Now, I get this a lot, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because she's given me 3 with children. So are you one of 3? Is she one of 3? Do you have 3 children, 3 grandchildren? She's giving me 3 with children. I'm going to argue with you. Were there 3 girls or 3 boys?
3 girls, 2 boys in the family.
Okay, so she's giving me, and that's the 3 is okay. All right, so and she loves you, and she's not mad at you. why am I supposed to tell you that she's not mad at you? Did somebody think she was mad at you? Did you think she was irritated at some point before she passed, or
There was a big riff in the family among the 5 kids.
after she passed?
No, before she
During?
passed. Yeah. And
Okay.
I'm wondering if she's upset with how I'm handling my older sister, which was her first child, her first daughter.
Okay, well, she's telling me to tell you she's not mad at you.
Okay.
Okay. So that would be what this is, but it's also in the way that, so I can only share what she's giving to me. But one of the things that she is sharing with me is that people need to be accountable and they need to be responsible, and you if they're not being accountable and responsible, there's not any more that you can do. And I don't know how to explain that. Okay. She's also telling me she's funny. Okay. She's saying what's on her mind.
Yep.
She's telling me to keep the checkbook closed. Okay. So it's like if somebody keeps trying to get some of their money or something, she's telling me to keep it closed. And evidently a lot of you, I don't know if that's you, already got your inheritance. I meant like she was giving it to you your whole life, whoever it was. Am I making?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. So she's she's really fun, but she says keep it closed. Like they don't I'm just, that's how, like, to me, it's like they're, and the reason for what they need doesn't make sense.
Right. Yep.
Am I,
Right on the
does
right
that,
on the money,
okay.
literally.
All right. So who is the male connected to you two that died unexpectedly? Like to me, even if he was sick when he passed, we weren't expecting it. Who is the male that, like, it was an unexpected, or we were surprised or not prepared?
My brother-in-law passed unexpectedly. He was very young. Had only been married to my sister a couple of years. And it
Okay.
was nothing that any of us expect. That's the only one that I can think of that was
Well,
unexpected.
and again, they'll like show up. So it's again him like showing up and letting you know that he's okay. And it's again going in with this. So your mom's leading the way here. Okay. Um, but I feel like that there are more people that are here. Okay. In that, but it's like she's funny, but she's like, you can't do right by somebody who, it's like you can't do right by somebody who is not doing right by everybody else. I don't know how to explain that. Does that make
Makes perfect sense.
sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like no matter what you do, it's not going to be seen in a positive way. And all you can do is what you are doing. Now she's talking about living who has like breathing issues. Could be somebody just had a respiratory infection. It could be somebody is a lung cancer survivor, panic attacks. Where does that go?
If it's somebody current,
Living.
it would be my sister because of too much fluid on the body and the heart's not pumping correctly.
Okay, because she's giving me, um that so subject change, they're changing the story. Now there's a man with her. Is this your father or father-in-law? There's another man here.
Okay, well, I'm glad to know there's one man because we wondered out of the 5 husbands which one was going to be with her. And I think that would be my dad.
Okay. Well, there's another man here, but what they're doing is they're giving me a story about moving a house. is there some story about moving a house or moving a mobile home or moving a shed? Or, like how they have to go under a house and level it up, or what would be the right word? Raise it, or, but there's a story about moving something, moving a house, moving a building, and it's funny. They're laughing about it. So was there a thing about trying to move a mobile home onto a property, or
Well,
not being
her mother lived in a mobile home and they brought it down from Alabama to Florida years and years ago.
okay? And was this after they had already lived in it, like they had lived in it and then moved it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. I wish you could see what was in my head, because she gives me the Beverly Hillbillies with Granny sitting up on the
Yep. That would be my
on the
grandmother. Her mom.
okay. All right. And was there a female that chewed tobacco or
Yes.
did snuff?
Yes, my great aunt. My great aunt
Okay.
Big did the snuff.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Right on the money.
So she's going to come back to say you can only do what you can do, but it's also like I'm supposed to tell you not to lose sleep over it.
Okay.
Okay. And is there a thing about they think that you've hidden some money from them?
Yes.
Is there something about like you're hiding money? Like
Yes.
you're not being forthcoming?
Right. The same one that
Because
keeps wanting money out of us and wanting to know where his inheritance is after mom
yeah, and
passed.
she's like, hello, there's not one.
Exactly. Exactly. Because mom gave it to him while she was alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what she she said. But she's like, it's not like it's like somebody thinking that there's hundreds of thousands of dollars
Right.
there on their behalf when there's not.
And there's not. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Your mom is giving me a picture of Jesus. Did she have a picture of Jesus? Does somebody have a picture of Jesus? Um,
I know there was a beautiful one in her Bible, a big, huge family Bible that had one in it.
a big picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just see a picture of Jesus, and yeah. And I am supposed to tell you she's in heaven. She doesn't want that forgotten. Okay. Um, she's giving me dogs, and I've got a lot of them. Does somebody, I don't know, raise dogs or keep dogs
Yes,
of a specific breed, or
her mother raised chow dogs and chihuahuas, and at
okay,
one
well, I saw
point
the
had 8
chihuahuas.
to 10 at one time. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, living or past, who had like they were either blind in an eye or had a lazy eye or a glass eye.
She had cancer in an eye before she passed for several years. One eye was drooped down and she couldn't see right out of it.
Okay, because well, her eyes are okay. All
Yeah.
right, and Charles, why is it really important to her for her to tell you that she loves you and you did a really good job?
Well, I took care of 4 people. That's what made me retire. I had to take care of her, her oldest daughter, her son that lived with us for 4 years, and my wife. They all had medical stuff, and I'm still
Well,
taking
she's
care of.
saying, yeah, and you took really good care of her, so she wants you to know that, and she appreciates you and she loves you. And so yeah, so that's where we're going. I think I'm done with you, but I'm not sure. Sometimes when they make this transition, was anybody a fireman or a firefighter,
Mm-mm.
volunteer fireman? Okay, who's got that? So I've got fireman. Was anybody a volunteer fireman, living or past? Paramedic.
Okay, I
Uh,
dispatch fire, police, fire, and medical right now. I used to be a fire dispatcher.
okay, that's okay. Thank you.
And I got the chance to go into a burning building, bunkered out as a firefighter, to experience being inside a fire.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
that's
Well, better you than me, but good job.
it.
All right. Thank you. All
I'm
right.
trying to
Thank
figure
you.
out if I'm wanting to retire next year, and I keep trying to see signs, find signs that they are okay with me retiring, that we as a family will be okay if
Okay.
I.
So here's the thing. If you want to retire, that's a sign.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
If you want to retire, that's a sign. If you keep working so that you can have insurance or make sure you have a little bit more money, if it creates stress on you and on the body, then it might shorten your life. So
Okay.
I'm not telling you that's what's going to happen, but I'm just supposed to say that is a sign.
All right. I'll take
Okay.
that and as a sign. I'll
right.
see it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I'm just going to tell you to run away and hide from people for a while.
Yes. We are headed for Vegas to see our grandchildren in August. So yes, we're going to go
Well,
hide.
yeah, well, you might not come back. You might keep running. All right. Okay, so I want to tell you thank you. So what I've got is I've got a mother and a father passed to somebody here, and even with that passing, there's also like a brother passed, and I feel like there's like a sister passed as well. So who's got that? So unmute yourself, speak up, but it's
I have a sister that passed.
okay. You have what?
I have a brother and a sister that passed.
And both your parents passed too?
Yes.
Okay. And so Pam, I saw that you went off, that you
Yeah.
unmuted
Can you
yourself.
hear
Is
me?
that true with you too?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Yes, my mother and
Yes.
father passed, and I have two brothers passed, and um, my husband has a sister who passed, who is like a sister to me.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts.
All right. Well, we're going to keep going. So Pam and Nicole, I'm gonna just talk to you, and we'll feel like we'll be just jumping in with different things. All right. So they're giving me March. So birthday, anniversary, passing date, living or past. Do both of you have a March?
My
my
birthday. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Nicole.
Nicole.
I said my mother passed in March.
Okay.
My
And-
birthday is in March, and my dad's birthday is in March.
Okay, so I love the shared energy. All right. This is really okay. This is what I don't even know. All right. So what I keep hearing is that they keep talking about false prophets, and I don't know what to do with that. Is there a joke or a story in the family about don't get caught up with false prophets? Or I don't know, maybe somebody's making fun of me on the other side. Um, uh,
Well, in my
Or-
family, I had a couple of brothers who are still here who kept telling my dad that you were a false prophet. And my dad kept saying, no, she's not.
okay, okay.
And it was a really
Because that
big
was the
deal.
word that I'm hearing is false prophet, and I'm like,
I know.
that's really funny. Okay.
My brother
Well,
wouldn't talk to me for 2 years because of it.
okay. And so I will say, well, your dad's here and he's just telling people how to play the game.
Yes.
And so he's given me 4, but like does the 4th of a month mean anything?
March 4th is my birthday.
Okay. All right.
And I'm
Thank
the
you.
oldest of 9.
Okay. And Nicole, does the number 4 mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. All right. So they're giving me, so just both of you listen, they're giving me like injections. Was anybody diabetic or have to take some type of allergy shots or injections?
My mother was diabetic.
Both of
Go
my
ahead,
parents
Nicole.
Both of my parents were diabetic and had to take injections.
Okay. All right. I like it because they're like on the run here. Okay. So, all right. So both of you, and Janet, is that you? We're
Yeah,
Nicole's phone.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So both of you, it's like we're having like a family reunion of like 300 people on each side. So, all right. So I've got a half-built house. And I don't know if this story is 30 years old or if it's somebody keeps plans to remodel and they start it, but they haven't finished the project.
My mom and
And I've
dad,
got,
my mom and dad, when I was in third grade, moved to a house and it was half built and never finished. They moved to another house and it was half built. And when they moved to Florida in 1990, they moved from Michigan and they had been building a house and left it half built. And everyone always said they always lived in a half built house.
okay. All right. And Denise and Charles, I saw you make a face with that too. So I think there might be some connection for you guys.
I think we discovered the Jesus picture. That's what
Oh,
just
okay.
listening and thinking is like, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. And Janet, is there anything with you about like a remodel not getting finished or a half-built house or
We have
always under construction?
we actually put a add-on to our home and we haven't finished it yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Do you have a son passed? A
No,
son or a grandson?
I have a grandson.
Okay. All right. He's on, so he's there and he's talking about guns, and I don't know what to do, but does somebody collect them? Did somebody like to spend time at the archery range, archery range with a gun, the gun range? um,
Uh, well, my husband has a lot of guns. I don't know. We don't spend a lot of time at the archery range, but he used to hunt a lot, but he's become pretty ill.
has there been talk about the guns lately, or to give them
Yeah,
away or get rid of them, or?
we were talking the other day about putting them up out of reach of the grandchildren.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That pops the balloon. Okay. So your your mother's just so cute. Um, so I'm gonna say it this way. She's happy to be dead.
Right,
So she is in she's good, she's in good spirits. She's good. Now when I say that, doesn't mean she didn't like living, but it's like she's freer. She can move, she can get around, and nobody is bossing her around.
right.
She didn't, it's funny because she wanted people's advice, but she didn't want to take it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah. And so to me it was like she'd say, what should I do? But then she didn't want to do it. She didn't want anybody to boss her. It's kind of cute.
right.
Okay. So they're giving me feathers. I'm seeing feathers, and I don't know if somebody has a tattoo with feathers or if somebody collects feathers.
We have several tattoos with feathers, and I've been finding feathers the last few days.
Okay. Okay. Then that would be what it is. And I think you said your husband's not doing well. Is anybody else sick at the moment?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so it's him. And
Well, his brother's sick right now too. Meaning
okay.
my uncle.
What I'm hearing is like if somebody were sick and we keep trying to adjust medications because like one medication will cause a problem and we need another medication,
That's my
like we
husband.
can't get the right. Who is that?
That is my husband.
Okay, because to me it's like we're not able to kind of get it in sync. Like we're working to get that in sync. And what they're telling me is that he just wants to be left alone.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, he just leave me alone and let me. To me it's almost like if he's sitting in the chair watching TV, that's just what he wants to do.
That's right.
And okay. And who is or was the truck driver?
Truck driver.
My dad's brother who passed away last year. His
Okay.
whole life was a truck driver.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. I'm going to give you guys a number. And you know, I don't like numbers, but I've got 17. Does the 17th of a month mean anything?
Yes, we have my grandson's birthday on the 17th, and then one of my uncles that passed birthday was on the 17th.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so hold on just a second, because when they're giving me 15 things, they're talking about horses, and horses are beautiful animals, but I'm totally terrified, and I don't know why I'm just telling you anything like that, but what is the thing with the horses for either one of you?
My dad, they raised horses. He used to break horses. He used to ride horses in competitions. And one of my sisters bought a horse farm and has been raising horses.
Okay, well, that would definitely be a
And
balloon
they
for you to
love
pop.
horses. They all love horses.
Okay, and Janet, anything like that for you?
Not really, other than my nephew rode horses all the time and worked on a ranch.
Well, that counts. So, okay, all right. Okay, so what is what is significant about tomorrow? Is tomorrow a birthday, an anniversary, a passing date, or the 12th of a month?
My husband's daughter's birthday's tomorrow. My stepdaughter.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. What is the so Jan, I'm going to talk to you for just a minute. Like he's giving when I say your mom, your dad, somebody, but it's like I feel like it's a conversation with your husband about a no trespassing zone or don't disturb zone or a don't cross the line sign. Did somebody have to have that on their property, or did somebody say, this is my space, don't come in it? Don't cross the line.
We are in the process of putting no trespassing signs up. I just bought them not too long ago, and just because he's been so ill, we haven't been able to put them up.
Okay. Okay. All right. You really need to watch his sugar. Is he having a sugar issue?
He is, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're saying he really needs, it's like, I want to say drink more water, flush, flush, flush. But I don't know that that's going to go anywhere.
Right.
But it's like what I'm seeing is a lot of sugar buildup. And like that it could cause headaches, it can cause extreme fatigue, joint pain. That's just kind of what they're giving me.
Every one of those.
Yeah. But I hear water will help, but also, watching the diet. And it's kind of like I kind of get the feeling like, well, I've gone this far, I don't need to change now.
Right.
Okay. All right, which is fine, which is fine. But him not changing is making him feel worse.
Right.
Okay. But and I just was going to tell you is just to go with it. just to go with it, because I don't, well, I think he'll agree with the crazy lady today that he just leave him alone and let him do whatever he does. And if he lives, he lives. And if he dies, he dies, but he's okay with it.
Okay.
Does that make
Yes.
sense? So it's kind of like you can't make the change for him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I feel like the way that they're given to is just make peace, and just love the hell out of him. Okay. All right. Okay. So subject change. I have got, Huey, I don't even know what Huey Lewis in the news or something. Is that like a singer or a band?
It is a band.
Okay, would that make any sense to you?
Yes.
There's one other person that was supposed to be in this. Let's move. It may make sense to him. All right, say that again.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Huey Lewis in the news. Does that make any sense to you?
My mom absolutely loved that group. She had
Okay.
records from them, played it all the time.
Okay, does it make any sense to you, Janet, to the person you're asking?
No, it did not.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for asking. All right, so Pam, that makes sense to you. All right. And brother, you've got a brother on the side. Okay. Kyle, Clyde. What
I'm
do you
sorry.
have, Pam?
I
Yeah.
had two brothers over there. You
Is
want
there
their
like
name?
was somebody's name like Kyle or Claude or
One was Kyle.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Kyle? Okay. All right. Um, okay. Has your dad got two wives over there?
Yes.
Okay. One's in a sari.
Yes.
Okay.
His second wife after mom passed, her husband passed, she got married and she said she wanted to be married like she had seen in the movies in a sari, and so we got her a sari.
Okay. Well, she's okay, so she's giving me a sorry and that she's there. She's also talking about was somebody Jewish?
I think her grandson was Jewish.
Okay. It's just she's just giving it to me and I'm not understanding. Okay. Okay, they're talking about a sobriety test. Is there somebody that is an alcoholic or was an alcoholic, past or living, and they're talking about sobriety? So I don't.
It could be that my husband's youngest son passed last year and was stopped wanting to give a sobriety test, and he said no. They took him to jail, and the deputies, he had a confrontation, and they ended up slamming his head into the brick wall, and he ended up in the hospital for 8 months and died.
Okay, and who was this?
Gary,
Okay,
my husband's youngest son,
okay,
by the
uh,
first marriage.
okay. All right. Well, he's on the other side, and who is or was the librarian?
Um, my husband's daughter by the first marriage and his sister.
Okay, is his daughter passed too?
Um, no, he
Okay,
did
is his
find a
sister's pass?
no.
Okay, all right. Um, so hmm, I'm trying to understand this. So they're taking your husband's eyeballs out and putting them back in. So did he have some kind of eye surgery?
He had cataract surgeries in both, and then after the cataract surgery, they said something went wrong, and they had to laser both eyes because he was having a problem seeing. And he just went to the doctor yesterday, and they said they're finally cleared after about a year.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was really funny because they took him out of his head and put it back
Yeah,
in.
he said he felt like that.
Okay. All right. So, living, there's somebody named after somebody that's passed.
Okay, we have a couple people here today, my grandsons. Chaz is named after my dad and my husband because their names are Charles. And then
Okay.
we have my other grandson is here, and his middle name is the same as his other grandpa who has passed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Is there a story about somebody only eating hot dogs?
Here's a story that when my oldest grandson, Keaton, was young until he was about 3, he only wanted to eat hot dogs. And now he won't eat any hot dogs.
Okay, thank you.
And we talk about it all
Thank
the
you.
time.
Okay. All right. Like, especially when you're making hot dogs.
And my mom and dad used to always make sure they had hot dogs for him.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Uh, and this to me is just familiar. Mary, not Mary, Mary.
My grandmother, my dad's
Okay.
mom.
Okay. Why is she giving me an iron? Like an iron to iron clothes with. Is there a story about ironing, or you refuse to do it, or we have
Yeah.
somebody collects old
Well,
irons?
she Oklahoma, she would always iron clothes because she didn't feel like we ironed clothes enough. And then when my grandfather passed, he told me that I was about 13. And he said, I'm leaving the iron to you. Don't let anybody take the iron because I like
Okay,
the iron.
well, okay. So do you still have it?
It got lost, I guess, in moves, and that's really sad.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, and I don't know if this is what I'm hearing is like Pierre. Somebody connected
That's
with the
Kyle's middle
Pierre.
name. That's Kyle's middle name.
Really?
Kyle Pierre. Yes. My mother thought that sounded so good.
Okay. See, all right. So if I
And you have
if I
9
can get
kids, you
that,
know.
I'm good. We're done now. Well, I'll go home. Okay.
You have 9 kids, you're trying to find
Thank you.
names.
So somebody is like what I want to call a closet snack eater. Like they want to make sure that they get their extra snack and they hide it so that they have it when they run out.
Yes.
I don't know the right way to put that.
Well, my mother was one, but yes, we have one in the family.
Okay. And you know, to some people it would be like, okay, quit stealing them all. And to this person, it's like, no, it's just in preparation in case I run out, I have an extra.
That's right.
Okay. All right, I love that. Okay. All right, so they're singing Jesus Christ Superstar. What would that mean?
Well, my oldest son, their grandson, and the dad of these 2 boys, was in Jesus Christ Superstar. He starred as the main character in Jesus Christ Superstar at Pensacola Little Theater.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And they went to see
Okay,
it.
so I'm supposed to tell somebody they're not stupid. So I don't know, is there somebody in the family that really thinks that they're stupid, or they have like, I don't know, maybe they have dyslexia, or they're they can comprehend if you tell them, but they don't comprehend as much if they read it, or some weird thing like that.
Yeah, we have a couple of Lance has dyslexia, but we have a couple of people in the family who kind of feel that way. Are they saying
Okay,
telling them
well,
not
I'm
stupid?
just yeah, I'm supposed to say that they're not stupid, that they're smart. Quit measuring them, comparing themselves to other people, because nobody else is like them, and nobody else can do what they can do. Um, all right. So when I was married to my ex-husband, I called the remote Excalibur because we'd sit down and watch TV, you get into something, and then he'd start flipping it, watch something else. And we'd start watching that, and then he'd flip it like you never got to see the end of anything or the middle. And I called it Excalibur. He was waving the magic sword around. Why am I telling you that?
Because my husband does it constantly.
Okay. All right.
And we talk
Have you
about
told
it.
him it's really annoying?
We talk about it. I think I mentioned it to his mother once before she passed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I don't know. I think I might be done with you. Who's got the male pass to the side, like a husband? It could be brother, but it's like husband. Okay, Autumn, what do you have?
My husband's passed and my
Okay.
brother is passed.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start with with your husband, and he's talking about he can breathe. Does that make sense? Were there breathing issues with his passing?
Yes.
Okay, so he can breathe. I'm supposed to tell you you're beautiful and he loves you. All right. And I'm supposed to tell you you have a nice butt. So it's kind of like, to me, if he wanted to pat it or like touch it whenever you'd walk by. I mean, to me, it's just like a friendly flirt, but he's telling me that you have a nice butt. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, he's giving me 4 with children. Are you one of 4? Is he one of 4? Are there 4 grandchildren? Are there 4
He's one of
children?
4. He's one of 4.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Who is the C, living or past? And it could be a K. It could, I don't know if it's a hard like
It's a
I don't know if
C.
it's
It's
C.
a C. Chris.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right. And he's giving me car insurance. Is there a story about somebody not having their car insurance updated, or somebody needs to get their car insurance, or they didn't have their card?
I don't know. But
Do
that
you need to
doesn't
renew your insurance? Most of us
soon.
just have it automatic.
Very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it just could be that he's just making that reminder. He's talking about fixing a doorknob. Did you just have to fix a doorknob in the house, or a handle, or does a handle need to be fixed?
Yes. And I had, due to the circumstances prior to his passing, I had to change the doorknobs in the house.
Okay. All right. Then that will be what he's given to me. He loves you and you were his bestest friend.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Is he okay?
yeah, he's good. He's on the other side. I mean, he's very good. Um, he is giving me things like, just ride the boat with me a minute, but he's giving me things like, and I don't know that this has anything to do with him, but it's like slot machines, bingo, lottery tickets, casinos. Who likes to gamble with money, or is there a story about playing the lottery, or
I don't know.
do you have a friend or a neighbor that likes to go to church bingo or something? Do you have a
My
dog named
dad,
Bingo?
my dad lives on the property and he does go to the casino frequently.
Okay, that would be that's what he's making acknowledgement of. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Um, why is your husband giving me a great big dumpster? Did somebody get a dumpster to throw stuff away, like a big dumpster? Or did somebody work for the trash service,
He's
or
telling me to clean the house up.
okay? Well, he's just saying get rid of what you don't want. And you froze.
There
Did
I
you hear what
am.
I said?
I'm back now.
Okay, he's telling me to tell you to get rid of what you don't want, like you don't have to hold on to things.
Okay. That makes a
Does
lot of
that
sense.
Okay, like
Yes.
you don't, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to have it. Like if you don't want it, get rid of it. Okay,
Okay.
give it, sell it, throw it. He's not attached. Okay.
Okay.
Um, all right, so this is when they give me some things, it's funny. He's giving me mustard, and I've got Grey Poupon, I've got French's mustard, I've got like a variety of mustards. Somebody love it, hate it, picky about their brand of mustard.
I don't like mustard. He liked mustard. We had it in the house for him.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thank you. But you
Great
don't like it and
coupon.
he liked it. Okay, thank you. He's giving me a cream pie. I don't know if I've got banana cream pie. I don't know if I've got lemon meringue pie, if it's but it's like cream. Who likes cream pie?
Chocolate. He liked chocolate pie.
Okay. Okay. He's talking about, there's people over there playing cards. Who like to play cards? Is that like your parents? Is that um like who like to play cards? Is somebody living always playing cards?
living. We play cards here a lot.
Okay, thank you. That's what he's giving me. Okay, thank you. I'm supposed to tell you, well, no, I don't know if I'm reading it right. Do you need new glasses? Or did you just get new glasses?
I should get glasses.
Okay, were you having a conversation about that?
Um, no, I didn't have a conversation, but there was an occurrence recently that involved glasses. Yes.
Okay. All right. He he's talking about having his teeth. I don't, was he missing some teeth or did he have dentures or?
Yeah, his teeth started falling out and we got him dentures, which he was pretty happy with. But towards the end, he couldn't wear them.
Okay, well, he's talking about he has teeth. He looks good. And
He had a
then he's,
signature smile.
yeah. Then he is giving me like car mechanics and gas stations. Does or did somebody used to own a gas station or was somebody a car mechanic or um
No,
do we need to take a car
Sharon,
in to get fixed?
Sharon, that
Go
might
ahead,
be
Pam.
for us. My husband worked at a gas station, was a partner at a gas station for several years, but ever since then, even right now, he will not stop working on cars and he won't let a car die. And 2 weeks ago, he just, for example, changed the water pump in my son's SUV, and he just keeps working on cars constantly. And everybody calls
Okay.
him the neighborhood mechanic.
Okay. All right. Well, because that'll happen. Okay. And so Autumn, back to you. I'm sorry. I get funny things sometimes, but he's going through your underwear drawer. Did you just buy new underwear or were you talking about needing to buy new underwear? Did you order a new bra? Why is he giving me your underwear drawer? Is that where you hide things? Everybody knows now.
that's where I hide things. And I just got a new drawer and moved my underwear to him yesterday.
Thank you. I just think these things are a hoot. Okay. All right. Let's see if I've got anything else. With if I've got anything else. Okay. I'm looking to see if I have. They're starting to pull the plug, so I'm trying to see if I have anything for anybody else. Okay. Tanya, are you still on the phone? I think you say iPhone. Are you still on? I'm asking because is your mother passed?
Are you talking to me, Autumn?
No.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so Tanya, are you there? Is it Tanya, right?
Yes,
Tanya's your mother passed?
yes,
And did she pass of chest issues?
yes.
Okay. All right. So really important. It's really important. She wants you to know that she loves you. And she's talking about there being twins in the family or people look like twins if we put pictures together. So, or it could be a date that's shared. Where's the twin thing?
Well, my sisters were so close together. She always dressed them alike.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And so are you in business with somebody or do people, I don't know how to explain that. Like, do you have a business partner or did you at some point have a partner in business?
I did a long time ago.
Okay. Um, and she's giving me motorcycles. So what's the motorcycle thing?
Hmm, don't know. I mean,
Okay, well, I'm not going anywhere, so just ride the boat with me. Somebody
okay.
used to sell motorcycles. Is somebody's name Harley? Um, uh, um,
I know someone named Harley, but
Huh?
I know someone named Harley.
Well, did you just recently talk to him or?
No, no. But I
Okay, well,
oh well I have a client that her mom just died and her grandson's name is Harley.
okay, well, all right. Well, would you let her know? Well, if you tell her you talked to the crazy lady today, would you let her
I,
know
I
that,
know exactly who you're talking about. Yes,
yeah, that, okay, that he's okay. All right. So I think that was what was important. And your mom wants me to tell you she loves you. And I don't know. It's like, but she gives me you, and you have a daughter that looks like you.
yes.
Okay. And I don't know, were either one of you models at some point or do some type of modeling
I
or
I did
fashion stuff?
yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, well, she's just making acknowledgement about that. And
Yeah.
Autumn, your hand went up. So what in there resonated to you?
I have a Harley Davidson and I sell motorcycles.
Okay, well, that counts too. Okay, see, I love you share this this stuff. Okay. Um, all right. Okay, and so and Tanya, I'm gonna ask another weird question to you, and Autumn, it could be to you, but do you have tattoos or do you have tattoos in honor of somebody?
Yes. I just
Okay.
mm,
Okay. And who's the male that's past connected to you?
I have my brother, my father, my I have a lot of males.
Okay. And to me, would be like whoever's the youngest. So would that be your brother or somebody
That,
else?
yeah, that would be my brother.
Okay. Well, and he has a sense of humor,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Okay. Well, who's the male that has a sense of humor? Like, and it's like a dry sense of humor.
Mm.
Like people didn't get his jokes.
I don't know that one.
Okay. I'm just gonna talk to you for just a minute. Do you collect stones like crystals or stones?
No.
Okay. Who collects the crystals or stones? All right, both of you. Okay, so I've got Teresa and I've got Autumn.
And we do
So
it
which
here.
one of you has the man with what I call the sense of humor past that would be making a joke about the stones? Okay. Okay. This is really weird. So who collects like crystals and stuff?
It could be my uncle. He had a good sense of humor, but he was kind of, I didn't spend a lot of time with him.
You didn't spend a lot of time with it. Okay, and maybe it doesn't go to either one of you, but there's a joke. And to me, it's like if somebody collected, crystals, and the guy's saying it's a sex stone. And then you go, what? And he says, it's just a fucking rock. So that doesn't, all right, maybe they just want me to tell a joke. I don't know. But so I'm just sharing it. Okay. Um, and it's funny and they're laughing and they're happy about it. So, and I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just going to give that, I'm going to give that to you. So they're, and he's real proud of himself for doing it. I don't know who he's connected to. Um, okay. So Debbie, are you still on? Debbie, do you have a brother and a sister past or sister-in-law?
I have my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, Susie.
Okay. All right. And did she pass of like a cancer or something?
She had bladder cancer.
Okay. All right. And you guys got to be good friends. That's what she's saying.
She was the sister I never had.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so she And yeah, and she loves you. And it's for whatever reason she's telling me the joke belongs to your brother. Would he have said something like that?
Um, I don't know. I don't think he knew I had crystals, but I know she did, and he did have that kind of sarcastic humor, so it could have been Guy.
Okay. And just remember that too, when they're on the other side, they know things that they wouldn't have known when they were living. But she's telling me that he's taking credit for it. He's all like proud of himself. She says he's got his chest all elevated and puffed out. So to me it's kind of uh it's just kind of cute with the way that she's giving that. But she just wanted you to know um that she loves you. And your dad has he's worked his way. Um,
I know where you're going.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. So he's still a flirt in heaven. That's where I'm going to go with that. Does that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's talking about you finding paperwork that was
Yes.
lost, or you're looking for lost paperwork.
Well, I was looking for my adoption papers. I never did find them. I'm inundated with paperwork from the trust and doing all that. So, I've got a
Okay.
lot of newspapers around me.
Okay. All right. So he was talking about like if you were looking for paperwork or doing papers, but he wants you to know that he loves you and that he wants you to do what's right by you.
All right. Yeah. And, if you just, did he feel that, towards the end, I took good enough care for him, after someone passes and you reflect and stuff, sometimes I wasn't the most patient, with him. And
Well, he's like, well, neither was he. That's what he says. He said, he said
okay.
you did right. He said you couldn't let him out on the street. It would be, um, do you
Yes.
ever watch BritBox?
No.
Okay, because there's this show and well, anyway, he's just saying that you would have you would have always been having to keep up with him because he had no, almost like what I want to say, no boundary, or um like he would have been getting into trouble. And I don't mean like robbing banks or something like that, but I
No,
mean
no.
he just would have gotten lost. He would have just done different
He
different,
drove
gone
to 100.
missing.
He drove
Yeah.
to 102,
Yeah.
and
So yeah, was he about 104, 105 when he passed?
108.
108. Wow. Wow. He says, no, I thought I was younger than that.
He would. He thought, he liked women that were, there were people at the assisted living, and this one lady who was 80 was very talkative and nice to him, and he was like, she's way too old for me.
Yeah, well, because he sees himself as like being younger.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, he's good, and your mom's good, and they have made peace, is the way
Oh,
that, and a lot of apologies were said to your mom on your dad's behalf, and they want you to know that, and that your mom really, really loves you, and that she just wants for you to be happy, and that she's proud of you. Okay, so now they're pulling the plug, and anything else I'd give anybody would be made up, and we don't want to go in that direction. So this will be on my website probably tomorrow or Saturday at the latest, where you can go and you can download it. But everybody that signed up today, I will send a link when it's available. And got another one on next Sunday. I have another one at 2:00 if you want to join that one, and you can go to my website. And then tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. What day are we on? Thursday. On Saturday, I'm teaching a class on empathy. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for that. But if you have issues with empathy and you're having a hard time being too sensitive, this class would be really good for you. All right. So I want to tell all of you thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And the divinity within me lives the divinity within you. Thank you for sharing with me, and God bless you.
Thank you,
Thank
Sharon.
See
you.
you soon.